discussed in my yesterday's class. Okay. In the first class, no worries, that was just an introduction class. We started actual topic yesterday only. Okay. If you want to know how to install JDK, then wait back after the class. I'll explain it once again so that you can install JDKs in your systems. Okay. Fine. Now, let us move on to the next topic. People say that Java is a platform independent language. Platform independent language. Okay. And you might expect this question. Okay. The first question by the interviewer is why Java is platform independent language. Most of them will ask you this question. Why it is called as platform independent language. Okay. Before I start with platform independent language, let me say you what is platform dependent. What is platform dependent, and then come back to platform independent. Okay. Now, dependent. Okay, independent. You can understand what is that dependent and independent. Let us know what do you mean by this platform. Okay, when I am saying platform, what do you mean by that platform? Okay, I'll just say now we have system, say for example, system 1. Okay, this is your system 1. Okay, we have another system, system 2. Okay, we have another system, system 3. Okay, there are three systems. In system 1, there is an operating system called as Windows. Okay, in system 2, there is an operating system called as Linux. In system 3, there is Mac OS. Okay, these are three different operating systems. Okay, Windows operating system, Linux operating system, Mac OS, that is Mac operating system. The platform refers to the operating system that is present with respect to that particular system. Okay, Windows is one platform, Linux is one platform, Mac OS is one platform. Okay, when I'm talking about platform, it is with respect to the operating systems that are present with that particular systems. Okay, this is about your platform. Now, what is this platform dependent? What is this platform dependent? Okay, now let us assume I am explaining you platform dependent, and then I'll come back to platform independent. Okay. Okay, now let us assume one programmer, he is there. Okay, he is a developer. There is one programmer, he is a developer. Okay, what he wants to do, he wants to develop an application. Okay, he wants to develop an application. Say for example, calculator app he wants to develop. Just an example. Okay, he wants to develop an application called as calculator application, calculator app. Okay, now what he decides, he takes the system 1 which is having Windows operating system. He sits on the system, which is having Windows operating system, and types the program. Okay, he starts writing the code, and he starts developing the application called as calculator. Okay, but he is using the language called as C. Okay, he is not using Java here, he is using C. With the help of C language, he is typing the program. Okay, he is sitting on Windows operating system which is present in system 1 and typing the program in the language called as C. Okay, okay, fine, he typed it. Okay, the language or the program is ready. The calculator app is ready. Okay, the calculator program is ready. The what is that called as source code. Okay, the code that is written in the language called as C. Okay, now the source code is ready with extension calculator.c. He has written the code here. Where he is sitting? He is sitting in the system 1 which is having Windows operating system, and he typed the program, and the program is ready with the extension calculator.c. Fine. Okay. Now this calculator.c, the C language is high level language. Okay, C language is high level language, and what did I say? High level language is understandable by the human beings. It is not understandable by the machines. Okay, you're going to write it in your English words, C language. Okay, that will not be understandable by the machines. So, what should be happening here? Conversion should be happening. Okay, that .c file, whatever the source code you have written, that Let me name him as Smith. Okay, Smith. Okay, whatever the code that Smith has written, he has written it in the C language. Okay, so that C language is not understandable by the machines. It should be made understand to the machines. Okay, do you think we'll use Java compiler here for understanding to convert that .c into machine understandable language? No. Okay, Java compiler is only meant for Java, not for any other languages. Okay, now if you want to convert this C high level language into machine understandable language, then there is a compiler called a C compiler. Okay, in this language we don't have an interpreter component. We have only one component called a C compiler. He will convert it. He will convert it into machine understandable language and it gets executed. We are not getting here any intermediate code. Any bytecode is not getting generated in C language. Okay, directly it will be converted to machine understandable language and we are getting the required output. Smith will be getting the required output. Okay, where he was sitting? He was sitting on system 1, which is having Windows operating system. Okay, he has written the code and the file is calculator.c. Okay, with the help of C compiler, it was installed inside this Windows operating system. It is installed in system 1. Okay, C compiler is installed inside the system 1, which is having Windows operating system. So he executed it. Calculator.c, he executed it and he got an executable file and we got the required output. Okay, this is what the process is carried on this particular system. Now after compilation we get an executable file, okay, which are written inside which are written with the help of machine language. Okay, now this calculator.c is converted into machine level language with what? With C compiler, not Java compiler. Okay, there is a person called C compiler. Okay, he will convert it into machine language. Okay, done. After converting into machine level language, you are getting the required output. Okay, now this whatever the file he has written, calculator c.c, it is written in the system 1, which is having Windows operating system. Okay, now C compiler is present here. Okay, you will be getting the output. Now, this calculator.c is only specific to this system. Okay, you cannot take this calculator.c and execute in Linux operating system nor in Mac OS system because it has been written in the system 1, which is having Windows operating system. Okay, that is why we say that C is platform dependent language because it is depending on the operating system which the system is having. Now Smith is sitting on system 1. He is working on the Windows operating system. He has written the code there in the system 1, which is having Windows operating system. You cannot take that .c file and start executing in Linux operating system or in Mac operating system. Okay, because it is only written in Windows operating system, a specific system. Okay, a specific system, that is system 1. You cannot execute that particular file in any of the systems. That is why we say that the C language is platform dependent language. Okay, understand the meaning of platform dependent and then easily you can understand the platform independent. There are so many other languages that are platform dependent. Okay, I taken one example called a C language. Okay, he will write a code, he will execute, he is sitting on the Windows operating system. So that particular file will only execute on this particular platform Windows. Okay, this is what called as platform dependent. Now let me come back to platform independent. Okay, if you are writing C program in your systems, I cannot take that file and execute in my systems, in my laptop. Okay, that is what called as platform dependent. It is only depending on your systems. Now let me start with platform independent. Okay, that is not required for us, platform dependent, but I just told for your understanding. Okay, we are more concerned on platform independent because the language we are learning, which language we are learning? Java. Okay, and Java is called as platform independent language. Why it is called as platform independent language? Okay, first, if you want to execute your Java application, what are the two requirements? Java compiler, Java compiler and JRE. Okay, compiler is for compilation, JRE for execution. These are the two basic requirements you want. Okay, now let me say we have three systems again. System 1, which is having Windows operating system. Again, system 2, which is having Linux operating system, and Mac OS. Okay, this is having system 3. Okay, there are three systems which are having all the three different operating system. One is Windows, one is Linux, and one more is Mac OS. Okay, again this fellow, who is this fellow? Smith. Okay, what he wants to do? He wants to develop a Java application now. Previously, he started developing the application in C language, but now he changed his mind. He started developing the application in the language called as Java. Okay, he is a developer. He is a developer developing a Java application called as calculator.java. Okay, previously he designed an app called as calculator.c. He designed that application in C language. Now he is designing the same application in .java, means using Java language. Okay, that is why I just named calculator.java. Okay, now again he will sit on system 1, which is having Windows operating system. Okay, he will sit and type the program. Okay, after typing the program is ready. Calculator.java is ready in the system. Okay, if you want to type the program, if you want to write the program calculator.java, okay, he will use any of the editor and he will type it. For compilation, we want Java compiler. For execution, we want JRE. Okay, now both are installed here, 1 and 2. Both are installed here in the Windows operating system. That is why he can execute this. He can compile this program. Calculator.java gets converted to calculator.class. Calculator.class will again be executed and will be getting the output. Okay, both the components are present on Windows operating system because he is sitting on system 1. Okay, so the execution is successful. The execution is successful. Now, can I take that calculator.java? Okay, you need to answer me. Okay, think and answer me. In Linux operating system, in Mac operating system, both the components are not present. Either compiler is present, either JRE is present in Linux operating system. Java compiler, JRE, it is not present. Both the components are not present in Linux also, in Mac OS also. Now say me, can I take calculator.java, the file, can I execute it on Linux operating system? Can I execute on Mac OS? Yes or no? Put a message. I was expecting this answer from you all. Most of them are saying yes. Okay. Now you say me, I told, what did I say? Calculator.java, the source code, the source of code, whatever you have written in calculator.java, the Smith, whatever he has written, the code is present in calculator.java file. Okay. What did I say? Every .java file should and must be compiled and then executed. Okay. For compilation, we want a compiler. For execution, we want JRE. Both are present in Linux. Both are present in Linux operating system? No. Both are present in Mac operating system? No. Then how you are saying that it can be executed? How you are saying that it can be compiled here? Okay, that is what the people misunderstand this platform independent. Okay, you just cannot take calculator.java and execute on Linux operating system when both are not present. In Mac OS also, you cannot take those calculator.java and execute, because both the components are not present, because these are the two basic requirements that are required for execution. Okay. Now say me, I'll ask you one more question. Okay. Java compiler and JRE are the two important components. Okay. Now, when I am writing, both are present here. Okay. In Windows operating system, both the components are present. Java compiler is also present. JRE is also present. So when I am compiling, what happens? Class file gets generated automatically. Who is doing that work? Compiler. Okay. What is present in dot class file? Bytecode is present. Okay. Now, calculator dot class is getting, yes, bytecode is present. Okay. Calculator dot java is getting converted to calculator dot class with the help of compiler that is present in Windows operating system. Okay, it is present, that is why it is getting converted. Now, if you are executing this calculator dot class, if you are executing it, yes, it will execute because JRE is present in it. Because JRE is having JVM, JVM is having interpreter. So with the interpreter, interpretation is done and you're getting the output, required output, done. Okay. Now in Linux operating system, I'll only install JRE. I'll only install JRE. In Mac also, I'll only install JRE. I'm not going to put compiler here. Okay, I'm only installing JRE. Okay, now say me, can I take calculator dot class? Can I take this bytecode, whatever is present in calculator dot class file? Can I take that class file and execute on Linux operating system and Mac operating system? Yes, you can execute. Okay, because this is a person important only for the execution, right? And what is happening here? Dot class file is taking and getting executed. We don't want dot java file for execution. This dot java file is only required for compilation. Once it is compiled, once you are getting dot class file, it is done there itself. Once you're getting dot class file, done. Bytecode is getting generated. The compilation is completed. Now for execution, the input will be dot class file, not dot java file. For compilation, the input is dot java file. For execution, the input is dot class file. So JRE is present in Linux operating system. JRE is present in Mac OS. There is no compiler present. Only I have installed JRE in system 2 and system 3. So that I can take calculator.class file and execute in Linux operating system as well as in Mac operating system. Yes, it is possible because JRE is having JVM. JVM in turn is having interpreter, and interpreter will convert the bytecode into machine understandable language and will be getting the required output. Okay, so what I can conclude here, you can execute the Java programs, okay, in any of the systems, in any of the operating systems, in any of the platforms, as long as JRE is installed in that particular system. If you're not having compiler is also fine. Okay, but you have to have JRE in your systems. Okay, if JRE is not present, you cannot execute those programs. If you're just having compiler, what happens? Only dot class file gets generated. It is not getting executed. Okay, compiler is only generating dot class file. If you are only compiler in Linux operating system, then it only gets generated dot class file. It will not execute. Okay, so you can take calculator dot class. Yes, you can take that bytecode and can execute in any of the system as long as there is JRE present in the system. That is why we say that Java is JVM dependent or JRE dependent. Depending on JRE only the execution is happening. If JRE is not present, you cannot execute the Java programs in any of the systems. You cannot execute in any of the systems. That is why we say that Java is JRE dependent or JVM dependent language. Platform independent, okay, fine. But JRE dependent and JVM dependent. This JRE should be installed. Then only you can execute. Otherwise, you cannot execute. Okay, have a clear idea. Platform independent means it doesn't mean you take that file and get executed anywhere. This component is very important for having the execution of Java programs. Now, why we want this one? Say, for example, you have written a code, calculator.java. Smith, Smith has written this application, calculator.java, where he has written in system 1, in sitting Windows operating system. Okay, he is sitting on system 1, which is having Windows operating system. He has written calculator.java. He do want to show the code for us. Whatever he has written the code in calculator.java, he do want to show us. He want to keep it private, keep it secret. Because he has written his code, his hard work it is. Why he will give us code? Okay, we will develop our own application. It is his application what he has developed. So what he will do? He will compile that calculator.java. He will compile that calculator.java and he will only give us class file, calculator.class file. Okay, at that time what happens? The code is not visible for us. He is only giving us bytecode. And that bytecode we also not understand. You also cannot understand. Even machine also cannot understand. Okay, he will give only calculator.class file for us. And we need to execute in any of the system as long as JRE is installed in that systems. Okay, so this is where this dot class file is very important. Okay, I'll not be able to see what coding he has done, how he has implemented the application, how he has designed the application. I am not able to see because the source code is present in calculator.java. But what he is doing, he is sharing calculator.class file with me. He is not giving me calculator.java file. He is only giving me calculator.class file. So that dot class file is only containing bytecode. So that bytecode can be executed in any of the systems provided with one condition. What is that? As long as JRE is present in Linux operating system and Mac operating system. If this not present, if it is not present, then you cannot execute Java application. So we say that Java is platform independent. Yes, it is platform independent, but you can say JRE dependent or JVM dependent. Okay, you can separately install also. Compiler you can only install. You can only install JRE also. Okay, but these days the developers have given a simple package which is called as JDK, which is involving both the components. Separately also you can install. Okay, you can only have your Java compiler in your systems or you can only have JRE in your systems. Okay, but we want both during our course because we are developing the application also, we are executing the application in our systems only. Okay, so we want both the components. That is why I told you all to install JDKs in your systems. Okay, this is why Java is called platform independent language. Okay, what happens in platform independent language? I'll just revise it. What is Smith doing? He is designing an application called as calculator.java. Okay, and where he is sitting in system 1, which is having Windows operating system, and that system 1 is having both the components, Java compiler as well as JRE. Okay, both the components are present, so he can execute, he can compile, both he can do because both the components are present. Okay, now when he is writing calculator.java gets generated, he has written the application. After calculator.java, he is compiling it using Java compiler. Yes, compiler is present in his system. So he is compiling. Okay, what happens at that time? Calculator.class file gets generated. On a system, it will get executed because JR is present. Okay, but when I am asking him, give, let me see what you have done. Let me see the output. Let me use your application. When I am asking, he will only give me the class file. He is not giving him. He is not giving me the .java file where he has written the source code because he don't want to show that code. He don't want to show how the way he has implemented the application to anyone. He want to keep it hidden. Yes, because it is his hard work done. Why he want to share with me? I'll just copy that code, right? That is why he will only share me dot class file. So I will take that dot class file and execute in my operating system, which is having Linux operating system. In my system, which is having Linux operating system. Yes, I can execute calculator dot class file and see the output of that particular application only when my system is having GRE in my system. Only when GRE is installed in my system, I can take that calculator.class file and execute it and get the required output. Otherwise, we are not going to get the output. Okay, this is why we say that Java is platform independent language, but GRE dependent language. Okay, you need to explain the interviewer like this. Okay, they'll be asking you why Java is platform independent. Yes, it is platform independent, but GRE dependent. Okay, you need to explain it in this way. Is it clear why Java is platform independent language and why it is GRE dependent? You want me to explain once again? I'll explain. Is it clear? Yes. Okay, fine. Now, some basic commands are required for execution of your Java program. Okay, this is about your platform dependency and independency. Okay, now let us start with the programming sessions. Okay, now let us begin with the structure of Java. How the structure of Java looks like, how the program you're going to write, what is the body, how you're going to write the code in the Java. Okay, before that, I'll be saying you what are the commands, few commands required to execute the Java program. Okay, what are the few commands that we want when we are trying to execute the Java programs? Okay, only few commands. There are so many commands, plenty numbers of n numbers of commands are present, but I'll only be taking few commands which is required for me. Okay, you have a topic called as subject called as self scripting. Okay, we are not discussing here self scripting. Okay, we are discussing here Java. So what the commands are required for my Java program execution, only that I'll be covering. Okay, few commands are required for me. What are those? I'll just show you. I will show you also how to use it. Okay, the first command is cd. Okay, the first command is cd, change directory. Okay, it stands for change directory. Okay, directory is nothing but a folder. Now, say for example, you are in the folder called programs. There is one folder called as programs. If you want to switch from programs to Java folder, okay, then you'll be using cd followed by folder name. Okay, I'll show you simultaneously. I'll explain and I'll show you. Okay, open command prompt where you'll be searching in the search type tab cmd. Okay, just type cmd, then command prompt get opened. Okay, by default it will be in C users folder. Okay, if you want to come back to C drive again, you just write cd. Okay, change directory dot dot. You will come one step backward. Okay, now I was in users directly Lenovo folder. Okay, now I am coming back to users. If I want to come back to C drive, again cd dot dot. Okay, it is one of the command. Okay, using cd space dot dot, it will be coming one step backward. Initially I was in Lenovo, now I am in users. Okay, once again I came backward, now I am in C drive. I am in C drive now. Okay, now usually how you will create a folder. Okay, how you will create a folder usually, I'll just show you. Okay, if you want to create a folder, you just right click here. Okay, say new and then folder. This is a traditional way. Okay, I'll just write batch. Okay, I have created a folder called as batch. Okay, right click new folder. Okay, inside this folder nothing is present, empty folder is present. This is how you're going to create a folder in a traditional way. Okay, just right click new and folder. Now, how to do it in the command prompt? We have a command called as mkdir, that is make directory. mkdir. You just write mkdir wherever you want to create. Okay. Now in C drive, I've created a batch folder. I've created a batch folder. Okay. This is a traditional way. Okay. Now I'll show you how to do it in the command prompt and I'll come back to CD later. Okay. Now I am in C drive. Okay. Where is my cursor pointing to? C drive. By default, you will be in C drive only. Okay. Now in my system, there is only one drive called as C drive. Now, if I want to create a directory, we are having a command called as mkdir. Okay, directory is nothing but a folder. Okay, the other name for the folder is directory. mkdir followed by directory name. I'll just give the directory name as batch1. Okay, where that directory will get created? In C drive. Okay, this mkdir is a command and this batch1 is a folder name that I want to get created. There, in the first time, what I did, I created by going to that particular C drive, right click, new folder. But here, through command prompt, by using command called as mkdir, I am creating a directory, I am creating a folder in C drive. What is that? My folder name? Batch1. Okay. Okay, let us see whether that batch1 is getting got created or no in C drive. Okay, let us go to C drive. See, batch1 got created. I had created batch using traditional way, but here batch1 I created using command prompt. Okay, now inside this batch1 I want to create one more folder. Okay, let me show you inside how will you create. Okay, now inside C drive you are. Okay, inside C drive I created a folder called batch1. Now inside batch1 folder I want to create one more folder called as programs. Okay, so what I need to do? I need to first move to that particular folder, batch1. How will I move? I need to change the directory name from programs to batch1. Folder by using cd batch1, then type, and then enter. Okay, when I am saying cd batch1, my my cursor goes to batch1. It is inside batch1 now. It is inside the folder batch1. Change directory to batch1. That is what I mean to say. Okay, now it is inside batch1. Now I want to create one more folder. What is my folder name? Programs. So how will I create? By using the command called mkdir. mkdir programs. Okay, mkdir is a command which is used to create a directory. Okay, and my directory name is programs. And where is that program getting created? Where is the folder programs getting created? It is getting created in the folder called batch1. Okay, and then press enter. Let us see whether the folder got created or no. Let me open C drive. Okay, it is being created. See, my batch1 got created. Inside batch1, I created one more folder called as programs. Okay, this is how we are going to use the command called mkdir. mkdir is a command which is used to create a directory, make a directory. Make a directory means folder. Okay, see, programs folder got created, right? Okay. Now, what is this CD doing? He is changing the directory. Now, if you want to come back to programs again, what you will write? Change directory CD to programs. Okay. Now, it is inside programs. If you want to do again another folder, then again mkdir some folder name. Okay. This is your folder name and this is your command. This is a syntax for using the commands in command prompt. Okay. Command followed by that particular argument. Okay. Now I am in programs folder. I am in batch1 in programs folder. Now, if you want to create one more folder here, yes, you can create by using mkdir followed by particular folder name. Okay. Now, if I want to switch back again to C drive, now I am in batch1 programs. I don't want to perform any actions on inside this folder. I want to come back to C drive. So we have a command called cd space dot dot. Okay, what it does, it comes one step backward. Okay, I'll just enter. It is in batch one now. Okay, now if I'm writing again cd dot dot, it comes in C. Okay, now I was in programs folder initially. Now I am in C drive. Okay, now in C drive, if you want to create one more folder, mkdir followed by folder name. Now where the folder gets created, it gets created in C drive. Okay, what are the commands we studied till now? Change directory cd. CD stands for change directory. Okay, if you want to come one step backward, then cd space dot dot. Okay, if again one step backward, again cd dot dot. Okay, now in a single shot, if you want to come back, okay, I'll just go to batch one. Okay, now I'll go to batch one and programs. Okay, in a single shot, I want to come to C drive. I have to press cd dot dot, it comes to batch one. I have to press cd dot dot, it comes to C drive. Okay, not in two steps, in a single step, I want to come back. So that cd dot dot slash dot dot. Two step backward, I want to come. From programs to batch one, from batch one to C, I want to come. So I'll be writing cd dot dot slash dot dot. If you want to come three steps backward, again slash dot dot. Four slash dot dot. How many steps backward you want to come, that many slashes you will be going to use with dot dot. Okay, now I am in C drive. In a single shot, I came, right? Previously, what I did, I took two times cd space dot dot, cd space dot dot. But now, in a single shot, I came to C drive. Okay, now we have one more command called as dir. We have one more command called as dir, and this dir will list all the files. Will list all the files that are present in current working directory. Okay, now I am in C drive. If I am writing dir, okay, if I am writing dir, it will list all the files. It will list all the files that are present in C drive. See, so many files are present, so many folders are present. Okay, it is directory or file, it will say. Okay, there is no file, there is no text file present in C drive. All are folders only. See, all are folders only present here. Okay, that is why all are directory here. He is mentioning. Okay, he is mentioning the date when it is getting got created, the time, along with the type, whether it is a directory or a file. Okay, and all those folders are present here. Okay, all the folders are present here. What is that command? dir. Okay, dir is used to list all the files or the directories that are present in current working directory. Okay, now I was in C drive. So whatever the files that are present in C drive got displayed. Okay, now I'll switch to batch one. I have created a folder called batch one. Okay, so let me change my directory to batch one. So which will be my command for changing? cd. Okay, if I want to change the directory, what will be the command? cd batch one. Okay, now it goes to batch one. I was initially in C drive. Okay, now I changed my directory to batch one. Okay, then it is now in batch one. If I am writing dir here, if I am writing dir here, it will list all the files that are present in batch one. Okay, we have only one directory called as programs. Okay, by default, every directory will be having these two root directories they are called as. Okay, that we are not required to know about it. Okay, this both are called as root directories. By default, every folder will be having that one. Okay, now in batch one, I only have one folder called as programs. So when I am writing dir, it will display the folders or the files that are present in the folder called batch one. Okay, fine. We have one more command called as CLS, that is clear screen. Okay, I'll just clear off the whatever the things I have done, it will be clearing. Okay, what are the commands that we saw? Mkdir. Why we are using mkdir? To create a directory. So let me create one more directory where it gets created. What is my present working directory? It is batch 1 in C drive. In batch 1, if I am creating a directory, the directory gets created in batch 1, not in C drive, because my present working directory is batch 1 here, not C drive. Okay, now when I am saying batch 1, I want to create a directory in batch 1. I'll just write morning batch. Okay, so the space should be given here. Okay, okay, so let us see whether morning batch has been created in batch 1 or no. Okay, how will you see? Which command? dir. Okay, just press dir. We'll see what are the folders, what are the directories, what are the files that are present in present working directory. What is my present working directory? Batch 1. Okay, when I'm saying dir, all the files that are present in batch 1 will be displayed. Okay, okay, why it is getting 2? Why the folders are getting created too? Because I have given space between morning and batch. Okay, you cannot give two spaces here. If you are creating space, so this will be considered as one folder, one directory, and this will be created as one more directory. You can create multiple directories. So how many directories got created here? Morning one batch, means morning one folder, and batch one more folder. So two folders got created inside a folder called batch 1. Okay, let us see. Batch 1. Okay, batch is one folder, morning is one folder, programs is one folder. So total 3 folders are created in the directory called as batch 1. Okay, if you're writing mkdir space folder name space folder name, n number of folders you can create by giving space between them. Okay, now they created two batches, means sorry, two folders. Why? Because there is a space between morning and batch. Okay, if you're not giving space, I'll not give the space here. Okay, I'll not give the space here. Now it will be considered as a single folder. If you are giving a space between morning and batch, they are considered as two different folders. So two different folders get created. Now if I am, let me go and check whether morning batch has been created or no. See, morning batch got created. Okay, so total we created 4 folders. So let me check what is the command. dir batch morning batch program. So 4 folders got created in my current working directory. What is my current working directory? It is batch 1, C drive batch 1. Okay, now if you want to go to the another folder, then we'll be going with the help of cd command. Cd morning batch. Okay, it is in morning batch. Nothing is present in morning batch. Okay, it is empty folder. It is empty folder. But by default, what did I say? You will be having 2 root directories. Okay, so that is why it is showing you 2 directories. This is dot and double dot. By default, every directory will be having those 2 folders. Okay, now let me clear the screen. What is the command? CLS. Okay, now when I am writing dir, nothing is present in morning directory, right? That is an empty folder. Nothing is there. Okay, so 0 files, do directories. By default, this 2 will be present in every directory. Okay, every directory will be having this 2 dots. Okay, these are the 4 commands that are required for us. Done. That's all. You want to remove the directory, if you want to list the files, there are so many other commands. Okay, that is not required for me here. Okay, if you want to study, yes, you can study. but that is not required. It is only this much commands are required for me to execute the Java programs. That is why I just took up three commands. What are those? Cd, mkdir, dir, which is listing all the files, mkdir, which is helping me to create a directory, and cd, change directory, which is helping me to switch from one directory to another directory. Okay, now if I want to come back to C drive, what is the command? Cd space dot dot slash dot dot. Okay, two step backward I want to come, so I have used dot dot slash dot dot. So it is in C drive now. In case if you are having any other drives in your systems, okay, by default it will be in C drive. If you want to switch, then you have to write E colon. Okay, then it will switch to that particular drive. I don't have any drive here. That is why I'm using only C drive. If you want to have any other drive, if you want to switch it, then you will be using the command called drive name followed by colon. Okay, the system cannot find the drive specified because I don't have that drive. That is why it is showing me. Okay, if you want to switch to any other drive, then use this command drive name followed by colon. It is not semicolon, colon. Okay, fine. Now these are the commands which are required. Okay, the two important commands only we didn't see. What are those? Compilation and execution. That is where we want the more concentration, right? These commands are not that much required, but still you need to have some basic idea how to create a directory, how to be in the present path. Okay, wherever your file is stored, Java file. Okay, you have to be in that particular location and then execute the programs. Okay, now what are those commands? Okay, I'll just say you. I will not execute it and show. First, let us write a program, right? Okay, we have to write the program, then only we can execute the program, then only we can compile the program. Okay, for compilation, if you want to compile a file, Java file, then we have a command called as Java C. Okay, for compilation, we have a command called as Java C. This command is used to compile your Java source file. Say, for example, a.java. a.java. Inside this file, what you have written? You have written the source code. So this you need to compile it. What gets generated? A.class file gets generated, which is having bytecode. Okay, if you want to have this dot class file, you need to compile it first. And how will you compile it? With the help of command called Java C. Okay, Java C followed by file name dot Java. Whatever file name you have given, that dot Java. Okay, the input for compilation is your source file name. Okay, whatever the code you have written, that file name you need to give here. Okay, this is for compilation. The second step is after compilation, you need to take this dot class file and execute it. Okay, for compilation, you need to take a.java and execute to compile it. Okay, after compiling, after you do this step, you can go and see a.class file will be generated automatically and which is having bytecode in it. I don't want bytecode. I want the output of my program. I have written a program to add two numbers. I want the sum of two numbers. I don't want this bytecode. So what I need to do? I need to take this dot class file and execute it. So what is the command for that? We have a command called Java. Okay, for execution, we have a command called Java. This is used to execute class file. Java is used to execute class file. Okay, and the syntax for using this one is Java followed by file name. Only file name, not extension. Okay, Java followed by A. That's all. Here, Java C A dot Java, Java A. That's all. Okay. These are the two commands that are used for compilation. This is for compilation. This is for execution. If you are not doing this step, Java file name, you will not get the output. If you're not doing this Java C, you will not get the dot class file. If you're not getting dot class file, you will not get the output. So both the steps are mandatory that to do in order to get the sum of two numbers that I've written the code inside this file. Okay. Once you write Java file name, you will be getting the required output, that is sum. Okay. Just an example I have taken. Okay. We will write the code and we will execute this by using both the commands Java C and Java. Remember, what is the command for compilation? Java C. What is the syntax for using Java C? Java C followed by file name dot Java. Whatever file name you have given, that you need to pass it here. File name dot Java. After compilation, you will be getting a class file. That class file you need to give the input here. For execution, the input is class file. For compilation, the input is source file. Please remember these 2 points. It is very important. Okay. What people will do, they only tell that the input for the Java C is also source file. The input for the Java is also source file. No. The input for the Java C command is your source file. The input for the execution is your class file. This file is not taken and executed. This file is taken and executed. That is why both the steps are mandatory that you need to do. Okay. I'll show you when I am taking up programs. Okay. What are the commands that we saw? The first one is cd. Second one is mkdir. Third one is dir. Fourth, cls, clear the screen. And then Java C and then Java. Okay, these are the commands that I required for execution of Java. Okay, this above four are not much required, but still you should be having some idea regarding that. Okay, what is cd? Change directory. If you want to change from one directory to another directory, then you will be using the command called cd. If you want to create any folder, if you want to create any directory in the present working directory, okay, now if you are in batch 1 and if you are writing mkdir some programs folder, it will be getting created in batch 1, not in C drive. Okay, it will be getting created in present working directory. And dir will list all the files. Okay, when I am writing dir, it will list all the files that are present in present working directory. My present working directory here is batch 1, not C drive. Okay, so whatever the files that are present in batch 1 will be listed when you are trying to use dir. Okay, and cls is used to clear the screen. Okay, just write cls, it will clear all the screen. And Java C is used for compilation. Okay, what is the command that is being used? Java C file name dot Java. What is the input for this? Source file name, where you have written the code. Java C file name dot Java. After this, when I'm executing this command, what is getting generated? Dot class file is getting generated. What is present in dot class? Bytecode is present. Okay, and the input for the execution is dot class file. The input for compilation is source file. For input for the execution is dot class file. Okay, once I'm writing Java file name, you will be getting the required output. Okay, this is for compilation, this is for execution. This both commands are very important for me. Okay, now onwards we'll only be using these two commands. We use this one, but rarely. But these two commands frequently for every program we need to use it. Okay, fine. This is about your basic commands that are required for execution of a Java program. Okay, now we will be starting. Now we'll start using the commands. Okay, before that, copy down the notes. Okay, and then we'll start with structure of Java program. The first Java program we'll be going to write in today's class. Okay. I think from here you need to copy, right? Platform dependent. Yes. Once you're done, same here, just change the slide. Okay, Java source code by the help of compiler, what is getting generated? Bytecode. Okay, this is your dot class file. This bytecode is loaded into JVM because JVM is having Java interpreter. Okay, that interpreter will be converting this bytecode into machine understandable language. Okay, and then you'll be getting the required output. Okay, this is a process that will be carried out for every Java program in Java. Okay, please go read the notes line by line. Everything is included in the notes.
Please, previous slide, ma'am. Platform independent.
Yes.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Is it done? Yes. All the notes. Okay. 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 Now I will show you what is exactly happening. Okay. Now let us see what is the structure of Java program. Every Java program will have the structure. Okay, the same structure, the skeleton, what I'll be saying. Okay. The structure of Java program looks like. Okay, you are going to write the first Java program in today's class. Sorry. Okay, the structure of Java program. In Java, every instruction, okay, whatever the instruction you will be writing, will be written in the block called as class block. Okay, you just cannot go on writing it as it is, however you want. Okay, we have a block called as class block. Okay, every Java program should start with the word called as class. Class followed by class name. You can give any class name. Okay, this is your class block. Here you are going to write the instruction. Okay, every Java program will have this class block. You cannot write it before class here or here. All the instructions should be put up inside this block only. Okay, this is your class block. Open brace and close brace. Okay, this is a keyword. I'll say what is again a keyword. Okay, now just remember the structure of Java, how it is looking like. Okay, class, you need to write it small case letter CLASS, class. Okay, followed by class name. You can give any name to your class. Okay, any name, whatever name you want. Okay, but this should be written first. Class should be written and followed by class name. This is your class block. This is your class block. All the instructions that you're going to write in Java should be enclosed inside a block called as class block. Okay, now there is one person. Okay, now execution should happen, right? Okay, execution in Java will always happen with the help of main method. Okay, there is a person called as main method. Okay, there is one method. What is that method? Again, we will be seeing it later part. Okay, in detail, I'll be saying you what are the methods, what is the class block, what are the keywords, what are the variables. Again, it is a further part. I am just showing you the structure, how it looks like. Okay, now execution always begins from main method. Execution always begins from main method. So it is mandatory that you include a main method inside this class block. Okay, how the main method looks like. This is the syntax. You need to use it as it is. You cannot modify it. Okay, because the developers have defined certain rules. The developers have developed the language already. Okay, you just cannot ask me why the spelling of apple a double p l e only. Okay, because it's already defined. You need to use the spelling as it is. Why not a p p l e? Why not a p l e? Okay, can you ask me the question why the spelling of apple is a double p l e only? No, it is already predefined. In the same way, the language is already predefined here. Java language is already predefined by the developers. Already they have developed. You just need to use them as it is. Okay, so now I need to use this main method. Why? Because I want to start my execution. If I want to execute my Java program, this person is very important. Okay, I can say like if you want to enter into a house, this is your house. Okay, there will be a gate. If this gate is open, then only you can enter into the house. Okay, if the gate is closed, then you cannot enter into the house, right? The same way here also. If you want to enter into the execution, if you want to execute your programs, first main method should give you the green signal. He should open the gate, then only you can execute the program. Okay, so this person, this important, he is a very important component which is required for execution of Java program. Okay, how it looks like, how the syntax looks like for the main method. Okay, I'll write it like this. The syntax looks like public static void main. Okay, into the round brackets string args. Okay, this is the syntax for using this one. I'll say you, I will make sure that each and every word you should understand. Okay. Now you, as of now, you remember the syntax. Okay. What is public? What is static? What is void? What is this main? What is this string? What is this args? Every word I'll make you understand. Okay. But as of now, remember this one. This is the syntax and it is mandatory thing that you include inside a class block. Okay. As of now, remember this much. What is the syntax for using main method? Public static void main into the round brackets. These are your round brackets. Okay, string args. Here you will be writing the statements. Okay, here you are going to write the statement. Whatever you want to execute, should be written inside this block only. Because execution begins from main method. This is the gate. If you want to enter, then you need to enter inside this, because he is an important person who is opening the gate for execution. You have to start here only. The execution begins from main method only. So whatever the instructions you're going to write here, those will be executed. Okay, and this main method should be enclosed inside a block called as class block. This class block is your outer layer. Okay, he is a boundary, he is a compound. Okay, and inside this compound, you have a house called as main method. Okay, and inside that house you're going to write the instruction. I'm just correlating it, that's all. Okay, this is the structure of Java program. What is the structure? Class followed by class name. Okay, and this is your class block. Inside this class block you will be having a main method. Okay, public static void main. Bahad this line. As of now, bahad this line. Okay, because everywhere we are going to use this main method. And inside this round brackets, you'll be having string args. Okay, this is your round brackets. Every word meaning I will make sure you understand. Okay, now I cannot make you understand because we have a topic for this one. Big topic. Again, we have a topic. Here also different topic. In every topic, I'll cover every word meaning. Okay, if I am explaining now, you will not understand. That is why I'm saying by this line as of now. Okay, this is the structure. This remains same for every Java program. You should have a class block. You should have a main method, because execution begins from main method, and you need to have a class block because it is a structure defined by the developers. You need to include that class block. You cannot ask me why you are including class block. That is what I said. You cannot ask me why the spelling is apple a double p l e only, because it is already predefined. In the same way here also, developers have already predefined in such a way that you are going to write the code inside a block called as class block. Okay, and you also have to include this person because he is very important for execution of instructions. Okay, this is the structure. The structure of Java program looks like this. Okay, now if I'm executing this program, say for example, I'll write class name. Okay, now I'll just write this program and show you. Okay, I'll just write this program. Simple. I'm not going to include any instructions. I'm just writing the structure. Now you can use any of the editors. Okay, you can use any of the editors, either Notepad, Edit Plus, Notepad Plus Plus. Okay, any of the editors you can use, type the programs and execute in command prompt. Okay, I am using Notepad Plus Plus. It is yours, your wish. Okay, any of them you can use. I'm opening Notepad Plus Plus. Okay, now what is my structure looking like? Class. It is small case letter. I need to write CLASS, class, like this. Okay, followed by class name. Okay, so let me have a class name called as demo or first program. This is my first program, so first program is my class name. Okay, this is the structure. How the structure is looking like: class followed by class name and open brace and close brace. Okay, this is the structure. Here you're going to write all the code. You cannot write it here. Here you cannot write it because every instruction in Java should be enclosed within the block called as class block only. Okay, now let me include main method: public static void main. Okay, now inside this main I need to include that string args. Okay, this S is capital. Okay, your string S is capital, and guys, Java is case sensitive language. Case sensitive language means you cannot write public P capital here. Okay, developers have defined this public as a small case P only. When you're writing capital P is different from small p. If you're writing P public, this is different from this one. Okay, it is a case sensitive language. Okay, now if I am writing apple in small case letter, A double P L E, small case apple is different, large case apple is different. Okay, Java is case sensitive language. You need to follow the cases also properly here. Okay, you just cannot write here public P as capital, S as capital here. No, as whatever you wish, you cannot do it because it is a predefined language. Developers have already developed it. You need to use them as it is. Okay, public, static, void, main. All are small case letters only. Okay, and here S is capital. Don't get worried. Okay, when you start using it frequently, you will get fixed to the syntax. Okay, now this is the syntax. This is the syntax. What is the syntax? This is your class block. Inside this class block, you will be having a method called as main method because execution begins from main method. Execution begins from main method. Okay. Now, whatever the instructions you want to execute, you're going to write it inside main method here. Okay. So let me save this program. Now, let me save this program. I'll just save it in OneDrive, C drive, anywhere, wherever you want. Okay. I'll write it in batch. Okay. Here you need to select all types. You need to select all types. And what is your class name? What is your class name? First program. It is highly recommended to give the same name as that of the class. Whatever is your class name, first program is my class name. So my file name is also the same name as that of the class. I will say in the further classes why it is the same. Okay. If I am telling now, you will get confused. Follow the rule. What is the rule? The program file, whatever the source code, this is your source code. I need to save it with the extension .java. So whatever my class is having the name, first program, save it with that name only. Okay. First program dot Java. Okay, my class name and my file name is same. First program dot Java and first program. So save it. Okay, where it is present in C drive, in batch folder, first program dot Java. Okay, this is my first program. This is the syntax. This is the structure of Java program. Every Java program will be having this structure. Okay, what is this called as? Class block. And what is this called as? Main method block. Okay, within this class block only, you're going to include all the instructions. And your execution begins from main method. Okay, if you want to execute any of the instructions, then you're going to put it in main method only. And that main method should be put up in class block only. Okay, the structure remains same for every Java program. Please do add this structure. Okay, as of now, you will understand the further classes, you will understand each and every word meaning. What is this public? What is this static? What is this void? Okay, every word meaning, I'll make sure that you understand it. Okay, now I have created a structure. Now let me execute this program. Let me compile this program and execute this program. Okay, what are the commands that I'm going to use? The first command is Java C for compilation, and the second command is Java for execution. Okay, now let me start it. Okay, now where is my file saved? Is it saved in C drive? Yes, is it saved in C drive? Yes, it is in C drive. But where it is? In batch folder. It is in batch folder. So what I need to do? I need to switch my current working directory to batch folder. CD followed by batch. Okay. In batch folder, I have saved my first program.java. Let us see whether it is present or no. How to see? We have a command called dir. See, there is a program called first program.java. Yes, it is present in batch directory. So now I can execute. Okay, it is mandatory that you need to present in the present working directory. Your file should be present, then only it will be executable. Otherwise, no. Somewhere you have saved and somewhere you are executing. Okay, where is that particular file present? In that directory only you need to be present. Now my file is present in first program.java, is present in the folder called batch. So I have to be in that directory only. Okay, now I am in batch folder. Yes, it is present. Okay, now I'll just clear the screen and execute. The first step is compilation. What is that command? Java C followed by file name dot Java. What is my file name? My file name is first program dot Java. Java C is a command which is used for compilation. Okay, I'm compiling the file now. After compilation, what is happening? I'll just enter it. Okay, Java C first program dot Java. What happened now? Now say me what happened. Java C first program dot Java. What will be happening? What will be present in batch? What gets created here now? Come on, say me. Just put a text message. What happens when I'm writing Java C first program dot Java? What gets created? Yes, dot class file gets created. Okay, let us go and see whether dot class file got created or no. Okay, in C drive, in batch folder, let us go and see whether the dot class file got created or no. In C drive, I mean batch. See, I have only created first program.java. Automatically, the class file also got generated because I have compiled it. After every compilation, dot class file got generated. First program.class. Let us open and see. What is this? Bytecode. Am I created this file? No. Automatically, it got created because I have compiled the file. Okay. Now, in order to execute this program, I'll not get any output because I have not written anything. Okay. In order to execute this program, I need to take the input as first program.class, not first program.java. Okay, for compilation, it is first program.java. For execution, it is first program.class file. Okay, now see, I've compiled it. When I'm compiling, what is getting generated? First program.class file got generated. Okay, now I need to execute. What is the command for execution? Java. What is the command for execution? Java. Java followed by first program, not with the extension dot class. Okay, you're not going to use the extension dot class. It is a class file only, but don't use the extension dot Java. Directly only file. Okay, don't ask me why you're not using dot class. Because they are the rules. They have already defined. You need to use them as it is. Okay, Java first program. Don't use extension. Okay, what is this? This is the source file where I've written my code. And what is this file? It is the class file. We're having bytecode. I need to take this bytecode, convert it into machine understandable language, and then get the required output. Okay, I'll just tell enter. I'm not going to get any output because I have not written anything. I've just written the structure. I've just written the structure. Okay, now what I am saying, main method is required for execution. If I remove this main method, I'm only having class block. Do you think the program executes or compiles? Both happens, or only compilation happens, or only execution happens? If I am not having main method inside this class, if I am trying to compile, okay, let me take one more example. Okay, now you have to say me. I'll just create one more class. Okay, class demo. I'll save it. Demo.java. Okay, now say me guys, dot class file gets generated or no? I'm not including main method. I'm not including main method. Dot class file gets generated or no? Yes or no? That's all. You just put a message. Dot class file gets generated, yes or no? See, I told execution for main method is required for execution. Main method is required for execution. Yes. So, dot class file will get generated. Will it execute? Now say me. Okay, compilation is successful. Dot class file gets generated. Will it execute? Yes, it will not execute because main method is mandatory person to help us in execution. Okay, execution is done only with the help of main method. Okay, so let me execute this file. Okay, what is the command? Java C followed by demo.java. Java C demo.java. What is this? Compilation. When I am writing Java C demo.java, what happens? It is compile time successful. Means dot class file got generated. Demo dot class got generated. Let us go and see whether it is generated or no. Yes, it got generated. I have not included main method, but still it got generated, right? Okay, now let us see whether it executes or no. Java followed by demo. Okay, this is your source file where you have written Java code, and this is your byte code, that is demo.class. Automatically it got generated with the help of compiler. Okay, now when I am entering it, main method not found in the class. Okay, so it is required that you need to include main method for execution. It is required that you need to execute main method for execution. See here, main method not defined in class demo. Please define the main method as public static void main. He is giving the suggestion also. Please define the main method like this. Okay. Without main method also your class file is getting generated. It is compile time successful, but it is not executable. Okay, they will ask, interviewer will ask you the question, can you execute a file, can you execute a Java file without main method? No, sir, we cannot execute it, but it is compile time successful. We'll get dot class file, but we cannot execute it because main method is mandatory to execute a file. Okay, this is the way you need to answer your interviewer. Okay, it is compile time successful, but not execution. Okay, this is your structure. How the structure looks like: class followed by class name. Okay, inside your class name, you need to include this main method. We did not do anything. We are only seeing the structure and how to execute the program. We are not getting still any output. We have not gone through that. Okay, that will be taking it in the next class. Okay, how to include the instructions here, what are the things that you can include here. Okay, all the things you cannot write it anyhow here. There are certain syntax you need to follow those. What are those? Everything will be seeing in the next class. Okay, is it clear what the structure looking like, how the structure is looking like, and how you will be compiling and how you will be executing? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, please do concentrate when I am talking. Okay, then surely you will understand. Okay, and this one, guys, please do. I'll say it later. Okay, as of now, remember this line as it is. I understand what is this public, what is the static. You will not be able to get it now, but please, as of now, just remember it. In the further classes, I'll give 100% surety that I'll make you understand each and every word what it means. Okay, public, static, void. Now, if I'm starting dealing with it, this is very huge topic again. Okay, we'll see it in the later class. Remember, the structure is like this, and the letters, whatever is this class, should be written in small case only. All these three letters, all these four letters should be written in small case only because Java is case sensitive language. You just cannot write capital letters anywhere. Okay, if it is written in small letters, you have to use small case letters only. Okay, fine. I just give you the structure and then we'll wind up. Okay, this one slide. This one slide you can take. You always prefer to give your file name same as that of the class name only. Okay, what class name you are writing, same file name you have to give it. I'll say you the reason why it is. Some people might have got the reason also, but still I'll say you once again what is the reason for that. Okay, it is not a rule, it is highly recommended to follow the same, giving the same name as that of the class name. I'll give you the assignment today. Is it done? Yes. Okay. If it is done, I'll just give you the assignment for today and I'll share my mail ID. Okay. You have to send me the assignments to my mail ID every day. Okay. Please do the assignment, guys. Okay. It is important. Okay. Just a minute. I'll share the screen for the assignment. Okay. This is your first assignment. What are the difference between JDK, JRE, and JVM? Is Java purely object-oriented programming language? Any other language which is platform independent other than Java? Please find out which are the any other languages which are present, which is platform independent. Okay, and is Java purely object-oriented programming language? Most of them will say, okay, just find out yes or no. Why it is again? I'll explain it. Okay, because I've not reached out to that topic. So just find out yes or no. That's all. Why no? Why yes? I'll give the reason. Okay, take the screenshot of it. Done? Okay, I'll share my mail ID. Okay. Give me 2 minutes, I'll share my mail ID. Okay. Just a minute. Whoever wants the notes, you can wait back after the class. I'll show you the notes. Yesterday's class notes. Where is my mail ID? One minute. Wait, I'm just giving you the mail ID. Don't leave the class. Give me 2 minutes, I'm sharing the mail ID. Okay, this is my mail ID, guys. java.trainer2021@gmail.com. Okay, whatever the assignments I'll be giving, every day I'll be giving you the assignments. You need to write it, or if you want, you can write it in the book, or you can make it a soft copy also. You have to send it through java.trainer2021@gmail.com. Okay, and the subject should be your name. Okay, your name along with the batch. Okay, whether you're from morning batch or evening batch or afternoon batch. Okay, based on that, you just write it in bracket your name and evening batch or morning batch. Okay, so that I can easily find out which batch you are. Okay, fine. Okay, then if you have any questions, wait back, talk to me, and then leave. Otherwise, you can leave for the day. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay, we'll be writing the program tomorrow. We have just discussed the structure today. Tomorrow, we'll be writing our first program. Okay, WhatsApp group is still not created. We have to create it on Monday. Okay, let us create it on Monday. Remind me on Monday, we'll create it. Okay. Okay. Assignment questions I have to show. Okay, this is the assignment question. Okay, bye bye. Take care. We'll meet tomorrow. This is the assignment questions. And do install JDK, guys, in your systems and start working. Okay. Any of the editors you can also install, either Notepad, Notepad++. Yes, I will show you. Wait back. I'll show you how to install a JDK. Okay. Now listen, guys. I'll show you how to install JDK. Okay. Go to Google. Type JDK download. Okay. When you type JDK download, you will be getting the first link. Java downloads Oracle. Go to Oracle website. Click on that. Okay. You'll be opening. One website gets opened. Okay. Now, based on your operating system, whichever the operating system you have in your systems, either it might be Linux, it might be Mac OS, or it might be Windows. Okay, based on the operating system, you need to select the files. Okay, if you're having Linux, select any one of the file, download it. If you're having Mac OS, select any one of them, download it. If you're having Windows, select any one of them and download it. Don't go for zip, directly go for installer. Okay, click on that link, it gets downloaded. Wait until completely the file gets downloaded. Okay, it gets downloaded, then double click on it, then just go on pressing next, 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 and then finish. Okay, not much more installation processes. Okay, open it, go on pressing next, next, and then finish it. Okay, it gets installed. It gets installed. I'm not going to install it once again because it is already installed in my system. That is why I'm not doing it again. Click on that link, a file gets executable file gets downloaded. Once that file is getting downloaded, open that file, click next, next, and then finish. The software is getting installed. Okay, after installation is done, after installation is done, there is one more important step you need to do. What is that? Okay, now go to this PC. Okay, right click, properties. Okay, in properties, you will be having something called as system settings, advanced system settings. Click on that. Okay, properties, advanced system settings, environment variables. Click on that environment variables. Okay, now you need to set a path here. You need to set a path only after installation. Okay, now if you want to set a path, you can either use user variables, this part, or you can use system variables. Okay, click on that path. We have a variable called here path. Okay, here also you have a variable called path. If you want to set the path in system variables, yes, you can go for that also. If you want to set the path in user variables, there also you can go. Anywhere you can set the path, your wish. Okay, the process remains the same. Click on that path, edit. Click on that path, only that variable path, not any other variable. Okay, and then edit. Then say new. When you are saying new, one tab gets opened. Here you need to paste the path. What path you are going to paste? I will say you. Okay. Now open C drive. Open C drive. Okay. Now in your C drive, open program files. Program files. Once it is installed properly, once your JDK has installed properly, then you will be getting a folder called as Java in C drive. In program files, in C drive, you will be having a folder called Java. By automatically, it gets created once you installed JDK. Okay, click that folder Java. Open that JDK. Inside that Java, you will be having JDK. Open that JDK. Inside that, you will be having a bin folder. Open that. Okay, till here, you need to copy the path. Program files, C drive, program files, Java, JDK, bin. Okay, till here you need to copy the path. Control C. Okay, and then you need to paste it here. That's all. Then click OK, OK, OK. I've already done this. That is why I'm not clicking OK. If you're not done, you have to click OK and then finish it off. Everywhere, click OK. Okay, this is how you're going to set the path. Okay, how will you be setting the path? Go to properties. Go to properties. Then there is something called as advanced system settings. Okay, after that environment variables, you need to set the path. Okay, either you can select the path variable from user variables or system variables. Okay, select the path variable, say edit. Okay, and then new. The path which is there in C. Okay, go to C drive. Go to C drive, program files. You will be having automatically a folder getting created when JDK is installed properly. What is that folder name? Java. Open that. Okay, and we'll be having JDK. Open that. Again, you'll be having bin. Open that. Till here, you need to copy the path. C drive, program files, Java, JDK, and bin. You need to copy this path. And where you will paste it? Here. Okay, here you need to paste it. And then say, okay, okay, okay. Done. This is how you are going to set the path. It is important to set the path. Okay, will you try this? Okay, try. If you're getting any error, then we'll solve that error. Okay, do you all understood how to install software? JDK.
I want to share like details, ma'am.
Just go share
Assignment.
it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, this is your email. This is my email ID. Java dot trainer2021@gmail.com. Okay, you need to access mail.
Today, ma'am.
Yes, before the class, like tomorrow will be your class. Before the class, anytime you can send me.
Thank you, ma'am.
It is a rule. Like before the next day class, you need to send me the assignments.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. JDK downloaded. That is what Rajul Shahu. I said now you have to set the path. Okay, you need to go to properties, environment variables. Okay, and you need to set the path. Yesterday notes you want? Just a minute. I'll share the screen. Okay. Okay, this is yesterday notes. You can just take the screenshots. Done? Okay.